someone slips. Boy, I'd hate to be your insurance company.
You let me worry about my insurance company. And give me that broom.
You're going to finish the job now that it's practically done?
I'm going into my store, and I'm going to sweep up in the...
I already swept that.
What's my door doing open?
Well, I can't hear Kelly with it closed.
You mean that your baby's in there?
Well, you don't expect me to keep her out here, do you?
Come on. Now, what on earth do you think you're doing?
I just got her to sleep.
What do you think you're doing?
Looking for a job.
Seems to me more like entering and breaking.
You weren't here.
That's why it's entering and breaking. A man can't even have a cup of coffee with his own son without somebody sneaking in.
I yelled till my voice was hoarse.
Disrupting things, sweeping my sidewalk.
We'll finish the sidewalk later. I'm going to start on the shelves now.
You leave my shelves alone.
Does that mean I don't have a job?
Good thinking. I wasn't shouting that loud, was I?
You just ate, Kelly.
Yeah, that's a hungry cry if I ever heard one.
Would you give me the bottle, please? Would you give me the bottle? Over there.
Oh.
How is it? How is it?
I don't know.
Well, try it. On your wrist.
Oh, I know. It's all right.
Mind if I sit down?
Sit right there. Jill, the general store is no place for a girl with or without a baby.
How do you know until you try me?
Why do you want to work here?
I couldn't think of any other place.
Doesn't say much for the job.
I'm on probation.
Probation?
Dr. Rossi gave me 2 weeks to shape up or ship out and leave Kelly with a welfare agency. Having a job is just part of keeping her.
So you picked on me.
I thought you'd understand.
It's my trouble.
Then I have a job.
Well, you can do the chores, the light chores, until you find yourself a real job.
Deal. Got it? I'm going to start on the shelf.
Door open?
Depends on what we're going to talk about.
The coroner's inquest.
What happened?
The official cause of Adrian's death was recorded as a blow to the head sustained during an accidental fall.
Thank goodness. I was afraid they wouldn't believe it.
Must be quite a relief.
But it's over. Stephen, it's over.
I got the report yesterday afternoon. I wanted to take the pressure off you as soon as possible, so I came over then. When I couldn't get in touch with you all night, I started to worry. A bad habit I picked up somewhere.
Well, I had to do something besides sitting around here thinking about death.
You chose the right sport. It's a bit risky, though, isn't it? I mean, you can break a leg pretty easy with these old things.
I think you'd better open the door right now, Stephen.
Well, said, Betty. It's all over now. I guess an attorney should get some sense of satisfaction out of knowing his client will be able to go to sleep when she goes to bed. I guess a husband should, too.
That's not worthy of you, Stephen.
Oh, no, no. Don't contradict yourself. You've done an excellent job of defining what you think I'm worth. But if you ever get around to judging yourself, I'd be very interested in the verdict.
Jim. I'm Connie Carson. Eli Carson's my father-in-law.
Hello.
What's the baby's name?
This is Kelly.
Darling. Could you come inside a minute, please?
Sure.
I saw you outside last night, too, didn't I?
Really? Oh, I was passing by, I guess.
You were staring in the window.
Was I?
Or maybe it just was your face, but you seemed to want something.
Well, that's right, I did. A job.
You didn't come in.
Well, one look was all I needed. I couldn't make it in here. I don't dig books. I got a job in Eli Carson's store.
Then why the second look just now?
Put a face with a name, I guess.
Fair enough. I really have the advantage. I know a little something about you already. Eli told me that you ran away from home and didn't tell your parents why.
They know why.
How could they know why if you didn't tell them?
They're very clever people.
How long has it been since you left?
A little over a year, I guess.
You guess?
Well, it doesn't seem that long.
Not to you. I suppose you've kept in touch.
Well, no.
Not a card, not a call?
No. How can I be so cruel and callous? How can I hurt two people who provided for me and raised me? Mrs. Carson, I've heard all those questions.
Then you must have some answers.
Yes.
I'd like to hear them.
Why?
I'd like to understand.
You couldn't.
You know, your parents can't help you if you don't trust them.
It's not a question of trust. It's a question of what I want for my baby.
Do you think it's right to deprive her of a home?
It's better than making her live a lie. Sure, I could have gone home and said, "Sit down, Dad. I have something to tell you." Oh, I thought about it. I cried about it, but I knew what would happen. He'd hear I'm pregnant and make sure everybody did what was right.
What about the baby's father? Would he have married you?
I never asked him.
Is that why you didn't tell your parents? You didn't want them to ask you either?
I'm the only one who would have wanted Kelly.
You don't know that. Maybe if you contacted your parents now.
So my mother could hold my baby while my father made somebody promise to love, honor, and obey. No thanks. Maybe it doesn't make much sense to you, but when Kelly grows up, I think it'll make a lot of sense to her. There won't be any pretending. Not about anything.
Was it a difficult decision for you? Not to tell him?
I wanted to, very much. But I knew I couldn't.
Do you miss them?
I can't. Mrs. Carson, Oh, Mrs. Carson, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you think about Allison.
How do you know about Allison?
Well, I don't really. I just...
Eli didn't tell you, did he?
No. I just remember reading about her running away. I mean, disappearing. Look, I think I'd better go.
Why did you come here?
I told you.
What is it that you didn't tell me?
Mrs. Carson, I'm sorry. I really am. I think I'd better go.
Jill?
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
What is it, Rita?
I don't know.
Rita! Nurse, come here, quick.
Are you trying to tell me that you know, that you're absolutely sure?
We both admitted it was possible.
You sound as if you know Allison was pregnant.
You belong to me now, the same way you belonged to me on our wedding night.
Let go.
And you're my wife. You're mine.